So looking around with this, it doesn't seem particularly like it's a puzzle. Hang on. If this is where I'm right now, is it pointing at where to go? Because almost directly west is where we found the builder. And you notice, like, that's like the edge of the map. So, like, you notice the ones next to the builder are broken pillars or non-existent. Is that to the west, though? Is it actually facing west? Like, did I just make a guess that's not true? It's hard to tell because there's no compass. I can't tell which way I'm facing on the map necessarily, and like when I look at this map, it doesn't show me like where I'm standing in like a triangle. So let's see, is there like a something I could use to orient myself? There's a giant tree. Does that help me though? The moon, that's not helpful really, unless I already know what the moon should look like. Every direction just seems to be more trees and ghosts and land. There's a waterfall. I believe that's the waterfall way out there that's glittering. In which case, that's the builder. The builder is kind of pointing towards the waterfall, which is where, yeah, okay. So the original idea I had is probably right. So I think it does point at where you can find each of the symbols. Maybe. Oh well, I'm just gonna explore on foot anyway and poke around and see what I find. I don't think there's a puzzle up here. I think it might just be how I can find more stuff, essentially. And we're pretty far along at this point. These things are spooky. Why'd my health crop? Was there a healing item nearby? Probably. I had a moment of like, did I just take damage? Is that channel wood? That seems like it might be where I was earlier. Whoa, what? Ah. Sorry. My mouse came unbound from the game and I clicked off the game. That was weird. Okay, I was looking at my Steam page for a second there. Hey, a piece of crystal. I think my mouse is bound to the game again. It escaped the window. Which is always a problem in a first-person game, because that means sooner or later you're gonna look a little bit to the left, and then click, and then you're gonna click outside of your window onto your second monitor. I assume it's just a bolt. I saw this for a second and kind of thought it looked like a button. But I think it's just another bolt. Sort of fastening the whole thing together. Is this gonna be a tree house? Looks like it. Does it connect back? It does. I guess the question is then, have I been to that piece of the area before? Another lever. You have to take the top route until you get a lever. There we go. Well, that was an easy find. Oh, and I'm not getting over there. Okay.
We hide the lever upstairs so the kids don't find it. They can't climb ladders. Safety regulations.
Was weird stuff happening in the water before? Like that? Huh. What are my graphics settings on? They were all, like, maxed out before, right? They're on high. Huh. Maybe the game just looks a little bit better during the day than during the night. Some of these visual effects wouldn't apply during the day. I like the counterweight system, how you can see how it all works. Reminds me a bit of how in like Mist and Abduction and stuff like that, whenever there's like transportation systems, there's kind of like attention to detail sort of applied to just how it works and where it's located and so on within the society. Are those just like really unfortunate moors that people stub their toes on a lot? Also, I don't know if moors are the right... I don't think moor is the right word. I just said a word. These pillars here. I saw a grid and immediately thought puzzle, but I'm not sure yet. Actually, they might just be everywhere. Yeah. Gotta have to try not to trip on them. You're a real person, not me. I'm a video game man. Third one. We're stocking up right now. Whoa! I almost fell. Felt pretty centered until I fell. Almost fell. I don't think I'm supposed to go over there. I don't think I'm supposed to be in here. Uh-oh. There we go. Listen, you guys gave me the jump button. And that's where I was earlier. So there used to be a bridge, but it's inaccessible. There actually might still be a bridge. You can see the pillar, you can see them sticking up down there. Oh no, it's gone, never mind. I thought it might have just gone down lower and maybe the whole thing was flooded and underwater. And like, if the water recedes, you'd be able to see the whole thing again. But I think that there was actually like a genuine, like a rope bridge or something in the middle that went away. Or maybe when the tide recedes, not tide, but when the water recedes from less flooding, maybe there's one of those small platforms that you can like pull on a rope with to get across, like we saw before. Good to know the flashlight's infinite. Baptism, kind of. Then drinking. Oh. Wait. What is going on here? Because that symbolizes death so far as we can tell. It might just be the different phases of someone's life, like the different eras of someone's life where they interact with the holy people. Or it might literally be like some sort of weird ritual for like poisoning people during some kind of culling when they don't have the resources to take care of everybody. And like what if they realized that they needed fewer people and they just took them out? I might be thinking that because of a recent Walking Dead episode, though. There's influences that could be making me think of certain things first. Interesting looking nails. Oh, they're glowy. They get glowy when I walk up to them. I don't think that does anything, though. I don't seem to be able to grab them. Can I pilot this thing? Ah, once you're in it, it doesn't have water inside it anymore. Oh. Controlled as what? Duck. Is that a genuine threat or no? Okay, let's try not to sink the boat. Who's lighting all these fires? Yeah, those are fires. Those aren't, like, the weird energy source. Wait. Beep, 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 beep. As I back up in the boat. Stay put. No. No. How do I get out? There's like a ledge up there. You said it said control, right? But control's not letting me out. How did I get out a moment ago? I don't know how that happened, but I got out for a moment. Maybe I just hit my head on that, I might have just hit my head on the branch. And maybe that got me out. So maybe I'm not supposed to try to get out anywhere? Oop. Oh, space. That's like one of the only things I didn't try to press. Whoa, where are we? Interesting. Oh, they locked me in. No. Well, never mind. I was gonna go back and try again real quick. But they locked me in. Lava. That looks a lot like water. Looks a lot like water. Huh. Alright. Oh, maybe it's not lava. Or, well, it is lava in that it is molten rock. But it might be made of this stuff, which might be why it looks like weird magic. Didn't necessarily learn anything new there, I don't think, in that we already knew there was like some kind of plague or negative thing going on that wipes out society, but it highlights specifically the death of a child. Which you could say was, I guess, inevitable in what was going on. I don't think I can jump to that. This is a really extensive underground area I wasn't expecting to find. I got one thing. I guess we'll see where those come up. Two thing. I believe that's the colors the hunters used, right? The red? And they found these crystals that I'm picking up now. And it's celebrated. They're just the same crystals that everything else is used for, right? Oh. Ah. Ta-da! I assume that's what those are for? Oh, healing. I thought it would be vines for me to climb. Oh! Startling. Okay, so it's like it's all poisony down here. But there's a big dispenser down here too. Let's get back up. All right, well that tells me I don't want to go there. Oh, the light. You can see the moonlight coming in on the edge of my screen on the right. That's weird. Okay, so I take it we're looking at like a Grimrock puzzle, basically. Follow that path and you're good. I believe we encountered that in Grimrock 2? The Path of the Eagle, I think it was called. Well, there's one over here too. Oh, almost fell in. See here. Ah. Okay, that's not very nice. Danger, danger. And now we know why there's healing stuff nearby. It's gonna be a little hard judging the dimensions of this stuff. Okay, so if I rotate the camera, I get a better idea of where I am on the sky right now, because it becomes the center. Where I am becomes the center of the rotation, which makes it easier to tell exactly when it's time to turn. But there's this thing here too, so let's try this out. Where have I arrived? Oh. No, we're probably gonna need that one. I think I need more rocks. Can I just pick... Oh! I'm like, can I just pick these up and put that in there? Weigh it down more? Nope, there's one. Among the pallets. Oh, two. That might be all I need. Ah. That's why when I looked left and right, there was a path in both directions, and you couldn't go that way, but it was pointing back at me. It's a way of avoiding getting stuck, I think. Like, if anything happens to the environment where, like, a path gets blocked or closed off because you do something weird with the rocks, they've created an alternate path back to the beginning as a sort of a reset. To hopefully make the game not ever become unplayable and genuinely trap you. I see these little cavities and I keep thinking a rock's gonna be inside them. Well, there's a new issue to think about. With these broken, what do you do then? So this raises a new issue, which is that these sides are apparently broken, so you can't repair the rest of the bridge? Like, that would be the ideal, but that one's... You can't change that one or that one in height. We'll have to see. They're already set... I probably need to take these with me, actually. Let's take the... Oops. Take them with me for now. I can always come back. But I might need them to change the height on the other side. Because there's those over there, which probably get me to the other side, but then maybe I can do something over here with that or something. I don't know. We'll see. Let's fully explore this zone a bit more. Yeah, the rotation really changes how I'm able to perceive the grid to see if I'm where I think I am or not. Nope. Wow, I was wrong. Whoops. Just a mean, mean maze. Whoop. Whoop. Ha 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 ha. You can't get me. I'm the jumpy man, apparently. You can't go further than that. Oh, that really looked like it was gonna be 3. Dang it. I need to check more often. Why can't I move? Oh, weird. W wasn't working. One of those strange little video gamey moments where you're, pressing forward, but, because you were, like, pressing forward too early or something, it, like, isn't actually going forward, because you have to, like, unpress it and then start pressing it again. I just wanted to fill the rest of the path in to get this part behind me. There we go. There we go. All filled in. That looks like a problem, like I expected. Aha, you can't get me! Oh. I'm sorry. So right now the situation is I could easily get to the other side, I think. I think so? But I wouldn't be able to get back. So that's how I set it up if I want to be able to come back. Are you gonna do anything differently or just the same thing as before? Yeah, it didn't serve a lot of purpose. Oh well. Essentially free currency. Oh. Or at least it's stuff that I'm doing well on. I'm not really running out. There's some ore. Ah, so as I thought might happen, this lets you control the other ones. Do I want you to go any lower? I don't think I do. A bit of a steep incline. Oh, I want them both to go higher. Put another one in. There we go. There we go. And then then you bring the other ones higher and you can make the incline. Okay. So I can just take the rocks out that I use here to get here, because then they're not necessary anymore because I don't have to get here anymore. So I was right to suspect that the opposite end of the map might just have the other two available. Nope, I fell through the lid. Hello? That was trippy. Wasn't sure what to think there. Like, it might almost be possible, but not, maybe not. But there doesn't seem to be anything up there anyway. It's just sort of like a... Seems to be a scaffolding that was used to do the mining. And is likely to not be super relevant to my goals. This should also just loop back to the beginning. Yep. Just making sure there's not, like, spare ore sitting around that I can use. Not sure why I can't just grab this stuff. Looks nice and heavy and useful for me. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, go up. There we go. Well. Oh, hey, I'm here. I noticed that this game has been saving constantly. Is that what Is that where I left off? Yeah. Yeah, I noticed the game has been saving constantly, and I think it's because they're worried you're gonna jump in the hole and die every time you do that platforming section. And they were worried that you might have to replay the entire level if they didn't kick up the autosaves, which previously were really infrequent to the point where the game, like, warns you about how infrequent they are. But then even they knew, like, oh god, we're asking them to do first-person platforming, we better get on it with the saves. Sprint! Yay. Going down the stairs is easy. Put them in. There we go. We good? That should be the solution. I still have 2 more in my inventory. It's interesting. I assume it's because they didn't want you to have to find every single one necessarily. Might as well take these ones with me. I don't need to go back. Maybe I'll need these rocks. With those ropes sticking out, actually, it's like... Think about trying to do that platforming I just did over this pit of nightmare lava, but you don't clip through ropes. Like, there's a lot of rope coverage on these things. On one hand, they're a thing you can catch onto that'd make the platforming kind of easier, but on the other hand, you could, like, collide with them and they could, like, impede your progress in some dangerous ways and make it harder to get your jump going. There's clearly a staircase that extends. Or a ramp, I suppose. Nope, there's a lever up top. Nope, nothing else up here. It looks cool, but why build that? That seems like it'd be like a monumental amount of force to exert. Interesting. I felt like I was poking around a little side area and it turned out to be like a super important, necessary step to take through. I think we just got the hammer. Right, so I was right wrong, basically. It's a symptom of how they use the same symbols twice. So I was trying to decode the layout of those surroundings that were around me, and trying to figure out, based on the map, what was in what direction. And I was like, oh yeah, left is the hammer because that's where I found the hammer. But when I said that, I was talking about the hammer as in, I was talking about the hammer as in the thing that let me open doors. But also there's a bridge right here which takes you to the boat, which goes to the cave, which is where I ended up. which led to me getting the hammer medallion, which is a different thing, but it's in the same direction. So it might be that that thing points to where to get all the physical ones, which would make sense, because once you... Well, I got the weird, like, F button keys that are on this thing. I got a lot of these from the environment. It looks like now the last ones I'll get from this system of unlocks right here in front of me. And so it makes sense that these are probably found where that one thing is pointing. We're only missing 2 of them now, the tree and the fish. Then we see what comes next. Be it an ending or something else. Oh, there's only one more. And I have the fish. Do I have, like, everything? So all I'm missing right now is the skull. Okay. So I bring one more back, and I probably get the skull, which lets me open that door, which might be required to get the last medallion.